Boysies Fixed Account by Verdancy Benter. Boysie was a regular jack of all trades who was more often out of work than in. In order to save his family from hunger, he often trusted goods from Wayside Grocery Shop, the only shop in Dry River Village. The Wayside Grocery Shop was a wooden, old-fashioned grocery shop with a long counter that separated the goods from the customers. The shelves were neatly stacked. Hanging from a nail over the highest shelf was a clipboard crowded with bills and other valuable documents. On one far end of the counter was a large, heavy-looking scale for weighing goods like sugar and red herring. At the other end of the counter was a cage-like compartment from which adult stuff such as rum and cigarettes was sold. Boysie's connection to the Wayside Grocery Shop goes way back to his childhood, and he seemed to have inherited the habit of taking goods on credit. But unlike his mother, he was a bad debtor. "See you next week, Miss Ruby," he would say to the shopkeeper when he was reminded to pay. Miss Ruby, hands akimbo, would always reply, "Boysie, if it wasn't for your wife and children, I would let you starve." But Boysie knew better and just kept on trusting goods from Miss Ruby. But Boysie would soon find out another side of Miss Ruby that he had never seen before. "Boysie, I hear you're working for big money now," Miss Ruby shouted out to him one Friday night while the regular guys were under the mango tree building and breaking up law. Boysie's voice had risen above the others because he felt he knew everything about income tax. Being the only shop in the village, in and around the Wayside Grocery Shop was always teeming with activity. The age-old lazy bench outside under the mango tree was where the villagers and passerby would sit and chat. And one of his frequent visitors was Boysie. "Man, no country can run without income tax," he told a group of men, the majority of whom just happened to be labor rights. But Boysie was so taken up with his argument that he did not hear Miss Ruby. "Boysie, you can't hear Miss Ruby talking to you. You're making big money now," Suki called out. "Go in and pay your debt, man. And when you're finished, go and pay your income tax," mused Jackie. But Boysie didn't like where the discussion was heading. News had obviously reached Miss Ruby that he had a construction job. So when he finally went into the shop to explain his position to Miss Ruby, he felt like a schoolboy on his way to the principal's office to explain why he did not do his homework. "Miss Ruby, I have a fixed account at the bank. I can't draw any money until 6 months. Please, give me a break till next month now," he said as Miss Ruby with deft fingers sifted through her thick records for all his bills. "Here, pay up all or none, sir," she said as she handed over the bills to Boysie, who by then had a look at the freshly written sign over the top shelf which read, "No credit today, come tomorrow." "Boysie, as far as me can see, your account here is fixed at $450. It's not going to get any higher," she said as she dug her hands into the two large pockets of her dress and turned her back to him to serve Gwen, who had just come in to get her evening's appetizer at the adult section. Boysie glanced at the glass in Gwen's hand, then looked out the window just in time to see a meager man delivering a brand new television set at his house.